So, hi, we're going to be doing something a little bit different before the beginning of this video. He's not doing food until January for the channel, so...
No food.
No food because of the holidays and everything. It's been kind of a mess.
But you'll see pictures, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. But that doesn't stop the hot sauce subscription.
No.
And he wanted to go ahead and open that for you guys, and so here we are. That's right. Drop it.
Drop it.
Don't drop it. Alrighty.
All right, so Butterfly Bakery of Vermont. Oh, there's the card.
Who's going to put it down without the card? Butterfly Bakery of Vermont.
That's good.
That is a very simple and plain label, considering all the stuff that they've given you in the past with the bright colors on it.
It's called Heady Topper. Butterfly Bakery of Vermont. Heat level 3 out of 5. Hot sauce made with craft beer. Haha, nice.
Yeah, this is craft beer hot sauce.
You bet. Made with the world famous Heady Topper IPA and green jalapenos. This medium light hot sauce will deliver you right up to hot sauce heaven. Let's see. So, of course, the card, like I said, 3 out of 5.
Yep. What is interesting about this bottle, though, it gives you a batch number, and then there's a bottle number. So this is batch number 1923, and this is the 1597th bottle from that batch, which is interesting. And at the bottom it says, in collaboration with Alchemist Bee and Duchess Farm. I don't think I've ever seen a numbered hot sauce before.
No, that's cool. Alright, so, let's see. Give it a try here.
That knife makes me nervous. It's a nice green sauce.
Yeah. It's jalapeno. So.
Like
Yeah,
it? Do you get the beer taste at all? No.
No. But it's got a nice nice tartness to it. Jalapenos, the heat's starting to build. So it's a slow heat buildup. Yeah, I guess you can taste the beer. You can taste the IPA.
And it is going to have heat because if you look in here, I don't know, I'm trying to pull this in.
Seeds.
You can see the seeds, and that is where the heat from the peppers is from. It comes from the seeds and the rib, the pith part on the inside. So this one would definitely have some heat just by virtue of the fact that you can see the seeds.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's slightly on the chunky side. Just slightly. It's a pretty sauce.
It is. Tastes good. Now we can get it with some good tacos.
Everything goes with
tacos. Hey, I'm getting pizza tonight. Maybe I can put it on the pizza.
So hello and welcome to domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is a Starbucks mug that my daughter got for me. It's green, so it's holiday-ish, that kind of thing. In today's mug is the Good Earth Sweet and Spicy Original. I picked this because I've been kind of under the weather for a few days, and on top of that, I just got my booster shot for COVID, and this has a number of things that are really good for when you're feeling bad. It has orange and lemon and peppermint and ginger, and those are all supposed to be really good for your sinuses and all of that stuff. So I figured I'd just go ahead and use that. So let's get a sip of this and we will get started. It smells good. I double bagged it. I can't remember if this tea needs to be double bagged. I've tried so many different brands. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows anymore? Okay. Too much sugar, at least for now. But I'm getting the orange in there. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. As you know, we probably won't let it get too strong with the kind of video we're doing today. This intro and the outro are filmed together, so there's not a whole lot of time for this to steep. But anyway, that's where we're at. So today we are going to get into this Melt Cosmetics box. This is their $75 mystery box. I didn't pick this up until I went and looked at a video to see if there was a possibility that I would get something that I really wanted. I want that honeycomb one highlighter thing they have. It's gorgeous. I love the packaging, love the highlighter. So we'll see if that's in here. But she did receive, I think she received that, or she received another one of their highlighters. So the other highlighter is something that I've been wanting for a while. So if I get that, it would be another one that would be like, that I'm okay with getting. So, but one of the things that I noticed, this box is not been sold out. I don't know if it is now. I'll list down below if it's sold out now. But it wasn't sold out when I bought my $25 box, and it wasn't sold out when I went to buy this box. But when I bought this box, if you recall, in the one for the $25 box, I mentioned that it was already sold out. When I went to buy this box, the $25 box was back. And my curiosity is now piqued because I bought the $25 box in December, in November. I'll get the dates right. Booster shop, folks. I have been all day. But anyway, this is just something that's time sensitive, and I think something else I'm filming today is going to be time sensitive too. So we're just going to get them done. But at any rate, it made me curious, since I bought the $25 in November and I bought this one in December, if these boxes change at the month. Now, I'm going to go with probably not. Maybe they just needed to get more stock for the $25 box. I don't know. But it was sold out for a while, and then it wasn't. Then it was back, and I'll have to look again and let you know if it's still back. At any rate, as I did with the other box, I did a look for this one. Please forgive the inner corners of my eyes. They were already melting away. That was not intentional. So if you're interested in what's in this box, what I used to make this look, keep on watching. So, like I said, I did watch a video. And my only curiosity is whether or not these would be the same, is because of what happened with the smaller box. So let's dive in and take a look. Of course, everything is in bubble wrap except for a few things. Oh, come here. So there's our bubble wrap pack. But sitting in the bottom, I'm going to move this box and take off the box. Sitting in the bottom, we have some pencils. Are these lip or eye? I think these are lip. Yeah, these are lip pencils. There's 2 of them. This one is in the color, make sure I've got this right. Yes, this is in the color Headbang. They look very neutral, which actually works for really well for lining. I'm not into neutral eye colors so much, but the neutral lip pencils don't bother me because when you're lining, you're not necessarily wanting your liner to show, and the lipstick or the lip gloss or whatever can help with that, but it still helps create that line and that barrier. So like I said, this one is in Headbang. I want to say Headbanger, but this one is in Headbang. Yeah, they're very neutral, which is fine, like I said. And this one is in the color Foxy. It would have been nice to get something that was not neutral. This one's Foxy, that one's Headbang. They are very close. This one's just a little darker, and this one has a bit more of a salmon to it. All right. All right, I'm gonna open this up. Open up the little baggie. Baggie! Hey, baggie. What did you guys do? They sealed it top. Raw. Open. Every time I'm trying to open it up, pop, pop, pop. There we go. We got it. All right. So we're going to start from the top. Kind of suspect I know what this is, but hopefully it's in a different color. So yes, this is their sex foil digital highlighter. This is in the color, the shade. What shade are you in? Afterglow. I think the other one was pink-ish, and I think the box was pinkish. So hopefully this means this is on the goldy side. Yes. So that's a color I can get into. And my daughter has taken the one that I gave her. I gave her the pink one. Just couldn't deal. But she's taken to adding it to her foundation. So I might try to do that today with this one. Let's get some color on here. Maybe. Okay. Feels like it's working on it. Here we go. Here we go. Gotta be careful. All right, so that's the color. Now this one is very orangey. I think I would have preferred more of a gold, but that's pretty. It's still a pretty color. I think I can tolerate that. And as usual, we forgot something. Now, like I said, I'm going to try what she did and try adding it to my foundation. And I think I did it with the little sample they gave me of the gold one. This is not something I would normally use. I'm not mad at it. Just having, it's really pretty. It's just, I'm not into liquids that much. But there's that. So that's, we've got 2 lip liners and we've got our sex foil. All right. We have 3 boxes here. And I suspect I know what these are. These are eyeliners. All day, every day. Let's see what we got here. So that is really neutral. That one will probably end up going to my daughter. Oh, the tip just came right off. I can't even tell if that's... Oh, man. Oh, man. That's disappointing. I tried to get it here. Okay, I'm gonna have to sharpen that. We'll have to try to do something with that later. I hope they don't all do that. All right, the next one, and that was in the color Baked. That color works. Next, we have the color Dusk. Again, these are very, very neutral. I can understand why they would do that to a degree. Not everybody's into colorful shades, but if you're not into colorful shades, why are you going to melt? Okay, so this is in the shade, like I said, Dusk. Oh, wow. That's actually really pretty. I don't know how that will look on my skin, but that is pretty. I actually could use, I use eyeliners for lip liners too, so these actually will have more than one purpose. And this is in the color Rosalines. Metal Bond Eyeliner. Interesting. Drop that. These pencils. Go over here. That is beautiful. Again, not sure how well these are going to show up on my skin when I use them on my eyes. So I'm assuming that that's fairly close. It's just it's faded out because I couldn't actually use the pencil to, I had to use the tip by itself with my fingers. But interesting, interesting. All right, moving over. The next thing I have is a Perfectionist Lip Ultra Pencil. Didn't we just get these? We got another one. This one is in the color Cashmere. All these pencils. Come on out. Oof, it doesn't want to. This might be slightly different than the other pencils. Okay. Just gonna... That one feels kind of hard. Looks very close to the other one. It's more brown. This one has that orangey gold. This is more brown. Again, lip pencils, neutral lip pencils are fine. And then we have the Supernatural Lash. I actually got this in the smaller box, and I don't mind it. I'm going to put this one aside. I'm not going to open it or anything. I have the other one. It's a really nice mascara. I actually really like it. I think my only complaint about it is that it's a little on the dry side, which is fine to a degree. You don't want it to be horribly wet, but as you use them, they start drying out, and if they already start out dry, yeah, it can get more problematic as you get closer to the end. I haven't had too much trouble with flaking. I haven't, when I've washed it off, it's washed off just fine with using an oil on my face. I don't know if this is, are you supposed to be? It doesn't say anything about, hold on. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about being waterproof. But it did stand up to my eyes. I didn't end up with streaks down my eyes when my eyes watered. And I didn't end up with flakes in my eyes. So I actually really like this. I would spend the full price on it. It's not horribly bad considering its milk. But yeah, I wouldn't purchase this at that price. And it'd really be nice if they came out with a mini. I would purchase a mini if they had a mini at $10 to $12. But I do like it. So this is going to actually go... I have one of my drawers has a whole bunch of backups, so this will go into my backup drawer. And then we have a liquid set lipstick. This is in the color B Movie. Oh, she gonna be bright. I was saying they should send some bright stuff. Alrighty then. They sent something bright. Oh my, this is like cotton candy. I'm going to have to think about that. That color is, that's a little too bright for me. But that said, bright colors like this can be good adjusters, especially in liquid lipsticks. So I might find a use for it. And since I've opened it and swatched it, let's hope, because I can't give it away. Next we have their Laced. Laced is the color Ultra Matte Lipstick. Looks like it's going to be another brown. Yeah, it's going to be a brown. Going to be a brown. Looks like a pretty brown. That's not horrible. Again, I could probably use it as a color adjuster. This is not a color I would wear by itself. I don't wear a lot of neutrals by themselves. Anyway, I'm going to hold off on that one. I'm going to go in here and grab something else. This is the Cream Blush Light in the shade Polished. That's actually a pretty color. This is a color I would use in the summer to give me a kind of a sun golden, kind of golden glow look. It's very smooth. Again, though, the problem is being that it's a liquid. I don't wear a lot of liquids. It's a pretty color, though. So we'll give it a try and see how that works. I'm not horribly mad at it. All right. And this palette is the Brunette, and that tells me that this $75 box actually did match the box that I was looking at on YouTube from another YouTuber. She got the Brunette palette, and she, like me, said one of the reasons she didn't buy it, and one of the reasons I wouldn't buy it, is because it's a very neutral palette. We all know that I'm not into neutrals. Yeah, that's a really neutral palette. But there are some very pretty colors in there. Look at that. Now, these colors here, I see being problematic, but I'm already in love with this one here. That is beautiful. And I am going to try to use it. I'm going to try to use it. Let's see what we can do. Let me swatch it in a minute. Let me go ahead and pull out the one thing that I was hoping was in this box. This is the... Helps if it's right side up. Digital Dust Highlight Bronzer in Nova. This stuff has beautiful packaging. And I wanted one from the moment that they came out. Oh, this is not the one I thought it was. This is not what I thought it was. Now I'm upset. Oh, yes, it is. That's gorgeous. But I wasn't going to buy it because $35 is a bit much for me for something like that. She's gorgeous. That's beautiful. Again, you're looking at a bronzy. This is all going to give me more of a summery look, I think. Kind of a bronzy golden glow thing. Let me wipe this all off and we will try swatching this palette. Oh boy, that lipstick doesn't want to come off. Neither do those liners. Come on. Off. Take those off. And yeah, I'm probably going to pull out other palettes when we do the try on. Just because I like color. All right. Dry down. All right, so we're going to go ahead and try to swatch these. The first color is Suede. Then we have Buff. Then we have Cork. And our first shimmer is Musk. These are the colors that will probably be the most, that is gorgeous, most problematic on my skin. So that's nice and light. That works. And that's what I was thinking. It's going to melt into my skin right there. That is pretty, though. That is pretty. All right, the next four are, we've got Tan, Bourbon, which makes total sense with that color. Stout, again, makes total sense with that color. And then finally, Brunette, which honestly to me should be darker. But hey, there we go. All right. That is beautiful. Well, that's a nice dark color. All right, so it's very neutral. It is very neutral. It is very much out of my comfort zone. However, having some neutrals around is not a bad thing. I think I have one or two other palettes that are more on the neutral side, and a bunch of my color palettes have neutrals in them. People seem to think you can't do bright colors for everything. However, I'm not totally thrilled with it, but I'm honestly not unhappy. These shimmers are beautiful and they make it well worth it in terms of just being, they're beautiful colors. I have no problems with neutrals as colors in general. I just have problems with them going on my face because they don't show up. We are going to work to make these show up. I am going to bring in, interesting. That came off pretty easy. We're going to bring in some other colors from other palettes, just because I cannot be completely neutral. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try this in my my foundation, and I think I'm going to go with the Tarte today. We'll just add a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to do about these lipsticks. One is too neutral and the other one is like, holy crap. I am going to be able to, I want to play with this, and I will go ahead and give that a try as well. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish prepping my face because I haven't done that. It's been a while since I've done one of these too. But I'm going to finish prepping my face, and then we will get started on playing around with our new makeup. Yuriko has claimed the box, folks. All right, so our face is ready. I have brought in two palettes. I first brought in the Radioactive. I brought it in for this pink to go with my earrings, which is almost an exact match. And for this light lavender, because of my sweater, I'm going to have to find a way to throw those in. I brought the She's in Parties. That's from the last box, mostly for this deep red burgundy color here. So hopefully I can come up with something using the three of those. Yeah, she's now tearing up paper. I love my cats. And I'm going to go ahead and start with that lavender. I'm going to put that under my brow. She's a beautiful color. Hi, Yuriko. Are you coming over to make more destruction, or are you leaving? What are you doing? I do love melt quality. Well, we'll get into it a bit more when I talk about my overall opinion of the box. But I have to say I'm really surprised at how they did these boxes. Anyway, so I'm starting near the crease and working my way up. I want the color to be a little deeper near the crease. Honestly, it probably doesn't matter much because the way I do my eyes, that crease will end up covered up anyway. And lighter up there. I think I need like a light silver or something. I might find something to put there. The neighbors just came home, and their dog is probably out on our porch. So if you're hearing a lot of thumping, yeah. I suspect I'm not using much from this, but we're going to use the Bourbon first. And I think I'm going to use it on both the inner and the outer corners. Dudes, your dog. I'm not a big dog person anyway. But add the noisy dog to the noisy people, and it's just like, okay, so I'm going to take some of my NYX setting spray, and I'm going to use this. To grab some of this bourbon and put it on my inner corner. Oh, she's going to be pretty. We'll see how it looks with the pink. That's what I'm worried about. How are you going to look with the pink? Terrible, right? Anyway. So, adding this now. I don't know if that was their dog or a neighbor's dog. Everybody around here has some kind of pet. And the pet rules around here are kind of annoying. As well as expensive. Okay. Do the other side. I think what I'll do is I'll put this in and then I'll move on to the other thing. That I'm going to put the pink in the middle. See how that works. Now we're going to get back into the Radioactive. I'm going to snag some of this pink. I think these are all supposed to be like satins. This one looks a bit more matte, but I think they're all supposed to be like satin colors. So, I'm going to get my little pink Luxie brush and pat this pink. I may have to try to get it wet and see what that does to the satin, but we're going to pat this pink across the middle. Or not! Alrighty. I don't know how I feel about it with that golden brown. Burgundy brown? Orangey brown? You would think it would work with it okay. For a satin, it really comes across as a bit matte. We're going to go ahead and see if a little bit of setting spray will help with that. Put another layer on top. Hi. Not really. It does look like it helps. Well, maybe just a little bit. I'm seeing just a touch more shine, but you're not going to get a shimmer shine off of satin. All right, I am not mad at that. I'm still not sure if it goes with the other color, but I'm not mad at how it looks on the middle of the eye. An unusual color combination, but it's not horrible. We'll just go with that. All right, so we're going to grab some more of this bourbon. I'm going to put it on the outside. All right, I'm thinking that that darker color from the She's in Parties is really going to be helpful to tie this in. We're going to try this Sleepwalk first and put that up in there. Might use one of the browns in here to deepen it just a touch. We'll see. Probably not, though. No. And then we'll use this to deepen everything up. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Sometimes it takes me a minute, folks. Sometimes it takes me a minute as I sit here and look at all these brushes and go, what the hell am I doing? Okay, I'm just going to grab this one. So this is Sleepwalk. And the only reason I'm actually using it, is to give me that pointy thing that I like to do. She is a little bit darker than I expected. But just sort of brushing it in like that and getting this area. I'm going to have to go over that with that purple again. I've practically buried my purple. That's fine. But again, I started on the outside where I want things a little darker and then sort of moved up. I would use the palette. I didn't say it would be the palette only for the look. But what we will do is we will take some of this musk right under that brow and using a big brush, grab some of this musk, which has kind of that same gold color, but I'm actually going to go right under the brow. Because I just want to lighten it up a bit. Just a bit. There we go. That's kind of what we needed. The purple is kind of buried, but we'll be all right. All right, so now we're going to grab this color Mean Streak for the rest of our crease. The thing I do in the crease. Just grab a little bit of that. I think these more mauve tones help tie this pink in just a little bit. Right? We are being a little bit sloppy today. But it actually seems to be working out. All right. And we'll bring some down here and across. Hi. Like that. I'm not mad at that. I think one of my big disappointments about the She's and Parties is that these colors on me, at least, come up more brown than mauve-y, or towards the red palm. It's a pretty palette, but they're muddy, and I think I've mentioned before, they get very muddy if you try to use the palette by itself. And like I said, they just seem to appear more towards the brown range than anything, which to me is just a bit disappointing. I would much rather see them on my skin in a more red tone. All right, so I'm going to clean up a little bit. Got some fallout. Never bothers me with melt, but we got some fallout. And then I'm going to do my concealing, and then we'll come back and we will try the sex foil in my foundation. I am kind of pleased with my skin today. It is being very cooperative. There wasn't a lot of red or anything to get rid of, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, so I'm going to take the tip from my daughter. What she does is that she uses a Q-tip to mix them. So we're going to try 1 pump of the sex foil. 1 pump of the sex foil. And then I'm going to add my Tarte Marcouja over the top of that. This is going to end up with kind of a gold or orangey cast, I think. I will mix them with this and see what we end up with. Now, like I said, I did try this with the other one that they had sent, the little sample one that they had sent. Ooh, she kind of darkened up a bit. And at first I couldn't tell the difference. But later, when I was looking at my skin, you can kind of see that glow coming in. All right, so I've mixed it. Throw out that before a cat gets to it. Throw out that before a cat gets to it. Gee, I wonder which cat is that? Yuriko. This is my NYX 03. I like NYX. And we are going to start putting this on. Whew. So I always dab. Wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting it to be an almost match. Alrighty, so we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Going to dab it all over. You do not need to use a sponge. If you're like me, sponges kind of make you nervous because they are harder to clean. They're harder to make sure they are clean. I'm sorry, I was not expecting, oh, hey, use the sex foil to come up with a better color match. What? I wasn't expecting that. The nice thing about the Tarte is it has a nice finish. It's a nice mixer down the neck. It is a very nice mixer. It is, I think it's one of the only ones that will mix with the Uoma foundation that I use upon occasion. Although I suspect I'll be using it less. It's more expensive than the Essence. But it mixes with the Uoma very well. So, I figure it's a good one to start trying the sex foil on. Interesting. I'm still a touch darker, but I'm a little weirded out by the fact that it ended up being such a match. And I don't like, I didn't when I try the other color. I'm not seeing much of a shine or anything yet, but it is still wet. And so it needs to do the dry down, right? That's what you can tell. Right now, the finish looks really nice. which is saying something because I already liked the tart finish. I'm not mad at that. Always use a second dry brush to pat it in, kind of like you would with a sponge. Again, if for me, and then I blend it out along the edges. But for me, I like it better that way because for me, sponges are kind of, because, you know, yes, you can wash them, but you cannot be guaranteed that you've gotten everything out. And you cannot be guaranteed that they won't go start molding in the middle. So yeah, you can kind of see a bit of a glow. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it. It probably has to do with the lights. I've noticed that when I'm editing stuff, that a lot of things look a lot different to me on the film, on the video, than it does to me right here. But I can actually see a bit of a glow. It's very nice, actually. All right, so I'm going to powder everything down, and then we'll come back and start, and I'll take care of my brows and my eyelining, and then we'll come back and we'll work with the blush and the highlight and lipstick. Be back. Going to use my Essence base, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the Melt mascara. I love this Essence base. Some people say it doesn't do anything for them. I will say it doesn't do any lengthening or boosting or anything. What it does do for my lashes is it helps split them up. I'm going to take this. If you hear voices in the background, my husband had a rough day. He's talking to his dad about some car issues. Yay. All right. Really feel like those browns look dirty under my eyes. I don't know, maybe I'm just not very good with them. They look dirty under my eyes. Anyway, so that is the mascara. Like I said, I like the mascara. I am not mad at having a extra of the mascara. Now, I don't know about you, but this thing that says highlight bronzer, I don't see it being a bronzer, so we're going to go ahead and grab this palette I've been playing with. This is the Kaylin that I got in, I believe, an ice cream box. Actually, I'm kind of surprised and impressed by this particular palette. I was just like, oh, God, another palette for faces. They usually don't have much for me, really. But that one actually does fairly well. Anyway, okay, so now we've got these two. The first is this blush, and I do have, so I think I've used this one for cream blushes before, so we are going to try to use this one for this cream blush, which is cat hair, which is more on the peachy side. But as with my eyeshadow, oh, that's nice, actually. That's actually fairly nice. It's fairly controlled. I want to say that that smells like vanilla, but it's sweeter. More like, almost like a sugar. Interesting. That's not bad. Okay. I'm going to count this as not horrible. I don't know how often I'll use it. Like I said, I prefer powders, but it's not horrible. All right. She's pretty. Okay, so just grab this. There we go. I think I've mentioned before that I use circles to make sure the majority of the highlight kind of goes on the bone, but then you get kind of a fade on either side of the bone. It's I'm going to go ahead and just go up over the bone a bit. Oh, she's gold. I think that's part of the problem here. She doesn't have shine to the moonshine, but it's pretty. It's not horrible. Again, not horrible. Not the best and not what I was hoping for, but not horrible. Okay, so I have to take another quick break to deal with the hair and also to put on some setting spray before we deal with the lips. Kind of got an idea of what I'm going to try. It may end up looking like crap, but you know what? It's all an experiment, right? So I will be right back after I have taken the hair down and done all that stuff, because lipstick has to come after the hair. Otherwise all the fluffing gets, it gets messy. Be right back. And I'm beginning to see that maybe getting my hair long is just not what I should be doing. I should probably stick with it around my shoulders. Anyway, I have an idea of what to do with this lipstick. Gonna give it a try, and then we will talk about the things. We'll talk about them individually, and then I'll talk about the boxes overall. So I'm going to start with the matte that they have in this brown, this laced color. As you can see, it doesn't do anything for me. It really doesn't. This is pretty much why I avoid nudes. I kind of like having lips. Don't have lips with this. This will likely go to the Project Beauty Share, but we will discuss that in a minute. We're going to try to put the pink over it in hope that I don't go wah to the 10 gods. The billion gods. I don't know how many gods there are. To the stars. There we go. All right. Oh, she's bright. No, 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 no. I don't like it. This pretty much took over that brown. I can't see it being used as, no. I'm just gonna go no. Let me see. Let's go over that with this Kaleidos Lip Tonic. It's in a color I love. It's kind of a burnish. It's still too damn bright. Okay, so I am taking this off. No. I don't know where that's going to go, but it's no, 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 that, no, no. And looks a little different in my viewer here, but I actually kind of like that. All right, so that's our finished look. I'm already falling apart on the inner eye, but I will go ahead and take these off and show you. So let's talk about these. That sounds ominous, doesn't it? Let's talk about life. These, let's just say, first of all, for a $75 box, this many lip and eyeliners is a disappointment. Just flat out, it's a disappointment. I can see one or two of each, but I essentially got like 3 of each. And it's a bit much. And we're going to go into the colors in a minute, but yeah, I found this to be a bit of a disappointment. I'm not... Lip liners are a dime a dozen. I am not going to spend the amount of money to pay for these particular lip liners or eyeliners. I wouldn't use them as eyeliners. My eyes are very sensitive. I use gel liners. That's why I really thought that they should have put in one of their gel liners. I think that would have been really nice. Even if it was an off color like the brown one they have, I think that would have been better. Replace half these liners with a gel liner or something of an equal value, or, you know, take out 4 of these liners. Give 1 lip liner, 1 eyeliner, and then the gel liner. And I would have been happy with that, to be honest with you, because I really like their gel liners. And when you're trying to introduce people to your company, which, to be fair, they may not necessarily be trying to do, but in a way, that's how mystery boxes work for a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to go buy individual items if they don't know they're going to like the brand. So a mystery box is a way to get a bunch of different items from a brand, try it out, decide if you like it, and go on from there. So for that purpose, I think this box failed. I think both of them failed, to be honest with you, for other reasons, as well as what I'm talking about here. But I think a gel liner would have been much more appropriate for this box. You know what? You could have put some of these liners in the $25 box. And I think 1 or 2 of these liners in the $25 box wouldn't upset me nearly as much as it does in a $75 box where I'm getting 6 of these pencils. Just me. It's my opinion, okay? The one colored thing, the one thing full of color was too bright for me, and I think a lot of people would have trouble with this color. And we're going to get into colors like again. Otherwise, I do like their formula. I don't have a problem with their formula. I just wish the color would have been different on this. So that one's kind of eh. The product itself doesn't upset me. The color does on that one. Same with this. The product itself does not upset me. The color does. As you saw, this went so nude on my lip, you can't even see it. So these kind of nudes I don't wear. And there's a reason I don't wear them, and you saw it. So I would have preferred something like much darker or something with color in it. And you're going to hear that a lot, especially as we get further on in. The sex foil. I am not mad at the sex foil. I actually like what it does to the foundation in terms of adding like a dewiness without you feeling like, okay, especially someone like me who has a very, has an oily T-zone. This gives a nice dewiness without you feeling like you're an oil slick. It is not something I would use as a normal highlighter, but I don't mind having it to use with my foundations. I'm not mad at it, not thrilled, not mad at it. The blush. I'm actually really surprised at the blush. I like it. I was prepared not to like it because it is a cream formula. And the color on this one is nice. It really fit with the color theme that this box seems to have, at least for me. I don't know if they had different colors for different boxes. I know the actual types of products, so everybody got a cream blush for the $75 box, but I don't know if they all got this color. This color works for me. It is more of a summer shade for me than a winter shade, which is what we're in right now. But I'm not mad at it. It's not a problem for me in that. This is not a bronzer. I don't care what they say. And as a highlighter, it's pretty. I would have liked something with a bit more shine, I think. And the color is nice, but I'm going to have to play around with it a bit more to see how I feel about it overall. I am going to keep this. I am going to keep the blush. Probably going to give the pencils. I'm going to probably give half the pencils to my daughter. The lipstick is probably going to go to my daughter. I could give her the pink one too, but I don't think she'd like it. The other thing is the palette. It's melt quality. I used it. I struggled to use it, I guess. I had definitely had to bring in other things to fit my aesthetic, but it is there. It's if you're into neutrals, it's a great palette. I'm not into neutrals. That's the problem. I'm just not into neutrals. This will definitely go to my daughter. So how do I feel about it overall? And honestly, I'm going to say this for the smaller box where I got this palette as well. I think this particular criticism fits them both. I don't feel either of these boxes reflect the Melt I Know. The Melt I Know, yeah, they do have some neutrals. They're going to have neutrals that cater to people who are into neutrals. However, Melt is known for its colors and its color stories, and using like, you know, the greens of it's, I want to call it the Mary Jane palette. Everyone's going to know what I'm talking about. The colors of the Muerte and the Vita and the Blueprint, they're colored. The Radioactive, these are colored. When I think of Melt, I think of color. And both of these boxes that I got were hella neutral. And I think if you're, I mean, I get it. I get it. People can be scared of color, so neutrals are safe. But there should be more color because you're introducing them to your brand, and your brand is based on color for the most part. I think the way I felt about Melt is that Melt has neutrals because everybody needs to have some neutrals now and then, but that is not what they're known for. They're known for highly pigmented color, and these did not have a whole heck of a lot of color. The lipstick in the other one was more neutral than this bright pink. And both palettes run fairly neutral. This is supposed to be mauves, but they're neutrally mauves. They go onto my skin. When they go on my skin, they have a brown cast to them. So they're known for their gel liners. People love their gel liners. I honestly think, I get that they might be trying to get rid of product. A lot of companies probably use these boxes to get rid of product that they don't want to keep, or they're trying to get rid of, or they're trying to phase out, or whatever. But you got to do more than give them your stuff that you're just trying to get out the door. With these kind of boxes, like I said, you really want to introduce people to your brand. And I don't feel that these boxes really introduce people to the brand of Melt. Now, it wasn't really nice that this is brand new, so it was really nice that they included new product, but the rest of it, I'm not impressed. I really feel like they kind of dropped the ball a bit. Overall, I think the boxes are a disappointment. You do get the value that they claim. I think I priced out the other box, the $25 box, when I opened it and I uploaded it. I'm going to price out this box as well. But I just feel they're not reflective of the brand. And that's where my biggest problem is that they're not reflective of the brand. But let me know what you think. What do you think of when you think of Melt? Do you think of these neutral colors, what we got today? Do you think of those kinds of things when you think of the brand Melt? Let me know what you think. Do you think these boxes, either of the boxes, are reflective of Melt overall as a brand? For me, I have to say, it's quite possible that they will no longer sell mystery boxes for a while, and then next year they'll do them again. And guess what? I probably won't buy one. And that's just because I feel like they just do not reflect the brand. I don't think they were really worth it. I should have just gone ahead and spent the $35 or the $39 or whatever it was on the Honeybee. I am not mad at this. When this first came out, I remember wanting this a lot. But again, it was a price point for me. I think that in general, between the 3 items that I'm happy with, that I got my money's worth. My daughter is going to be getting her first Melt palette. I'm kind of sad it's the Brunette, but she's going to be getting her first Melt palette. Anyway, so that is it for the day, and I hope you like what you've seen. And if you do like what you've seen and you are not yet subscribed, I hope you will subscribe. When you subscribe, please hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. I currently upload 2 days a week, and that would be Monday and Thursday. However, we do have a bonus video My son opens his he opens his Geek Fuel. He opens a geek type box every month. And he's been pretty pleased with his Geek Fuel. And part of that is because of the t-shirt, I'm pretty sure. Been very happy with that. And if you send anything, don't have to, but if you do, that would also be open as a bonus video on the channel. One of these days, I hope to get back to doing the indie brands and all that other stuff that I used to do. But for right now, we're stuck with those two. The plant videos will come back hopefully next year, next summer. So we've learned some lessons this time that we didn't. Everything's changing, so we learned some lessons that hopefully will carry through to next year, and we'll have a better harvest and everything next year. Now that we've got some ideas in our head. And at any rate, if you're part of my notification squad, please check both your bell and your subscription to make sure they're both still active. If you choose not to subscribe, well, I kind of understand. I'm long-winded and rambly, and I'm an older dragon, and today was the day. However, we do hope that you will come back and visit us again. And when you do come back again, don't forget to bring your cup of tea. All right, you all know the deal. This is not going to be at full strength. It just isn't. It's been steeping here for maybe 2-3 minutes at most. And I don't know, are you a 2 or 3 minute steeper, or are you a 5 to 7 minute steeper? It does not say. It does not say anywhere. Maybe it is a 3 minute steeper. But at any rate, I think I've had this before. I actually enjoy it, and it's a good tea to have when you're not feeling well. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a sip, and we'll be on our way. Still too sweet. But I'm getting more of the ginger. Wow. Double bagging may not have been the best idea. Wow. That is a spicy ginger. Alrighty then. Hope you have a good one.